aka ghost broccoli. Cauliflower doesn't smell the best. I love rice and tortillas and bread. Gotta make do with what you gotta make do. Fried rice, delicious. Hair tie broke, so hair is now down. Hola, busy familia, busy mommy here, and I'm gonna be real with you guys. So I do a lot of keto videos. I've been doing a lot of keto videos lately. Keto has helped me lose 50 pounds. I have kind of fallen off the wagon in the last couple months. You know, stresses and work and excuses, whatever. You can give excuses all day long. The big important thing about this is to get back on the wagon, right? So part of that for me is meal prep. Because if I don't meal prep these things and I don't have it ready for my lunch at work, and if I get into work and we have like cereal and we have chips and we have all these things, I will eat those things and I need to just not. So in order to stop myself from doing that, I make sure that I meal prep. So, well, one of the things that I like to make is cauliflower, aka ghost broccoli, but cauliflower fried rice. So I do a chicken fried rice. I take about 2 pounds of chicken, and so I mix it with thighs and chicken breast. I like both. And so what I do is I dice it up. Didn't need to have you watch me do that. Add a little salt to the chicken. Gonna add a little pepper to the chicken. And you know, salt to taste. I know it sounds really silly, but this you don't have to worry about because you just put enough on here just to give it a little bit, and then you're gonna add more later when you make the rice. But you're gonna get a hot wok or pan. If you don't have a wok, you're totally fine. But all you're gonna do is cook up this chicken. Once this chicken is cooked, which probably will take about 5-10 minutes, then we're gonna take it out and we're gonna continue on the next step. So, okay, so while your chicken is sizzling back there, I forgot to mention that I did add about a tablespoon of sesame oil to the pan along with some olive oil while I was cooking to make it delicious. Now you can buy riced cauliflower already. I don't like that because it's too wet. The frozen one is too wet, so I like to do my own. It doesn't take very long. It's just, you know, it's just easier for me, but you guys do whatever you prefer. I think it has a better texture when you make your own. So you take your whole head of cauliflower, put it in the food processor. Not gonna be able to fit all of it. And then I'm gonna pulse until I get a nice little mix. So I'm gonna go grab a bowl while this is pulsing. Okay, so that pulsed. We got some riced cauliflower here. It's good to see. I like it. It's nice. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna put this in a separate bowl and do the rest. All right, here goes the next batch. So now we're gonna pulse this one. Looks good. All right, let's take it out, put it all together. I see so many like things I could do with this as a dough because it rices it pretty well and it kind of mashes together. Obviously mashed potatoes. Everybody's heard of cauliflower mashed potatoes, but I'm telling you, there are some things I can do with this and I'm excited to test them out. All right, so I got all my cauliflower riced, all sitting here. Next step is to dry it out. You won't have that bite that you want, which is what we all miss without having carbs, because rice, being Latina myself, rice is like the holy grail. I love rice and tortillas and bread. I have my cauliflower here. I'm going to check on my chicken and then we're gonna get started on drying this out. I have taken my chicken out. It is all cooked. Now I'm gonna put a little bit of oil in my pan, just a little bit of olive oil, just like that. And then I'm going to put my riced cauliflower into my hot wok. So this is how I'm gonna dry out my rice. So I'm gonna make an even coating of it. And I'm gonna let it sit on about low, maybe almost medium heat and then stir it up and over. I don't really want it to get too much color. Obviously, I just want it to dry out. So it's gonna be about 20 minutes, but I promise you it's better this way. You can also wring it out if you wanna do it faster. I just like this method better, so. Okay, so you have let your rice get some of the color. It got a little bit of color. It got a little bit of the moisture out. Now I'm gonna add some veg. So I'm gonna add, I'd say about a handful. This is frozen carrots from my garden. So this is probably about a cup of carrots that I'm gonna throw in, and about 3/4 cup of zucchini. And I'm gonna mix this all up, and I'm gonna let it cook probably for another 5-10 minutes, just so that the veg gets kind of incorporated. Then we're gonna start adding the egg, the chicken, the sesame oil, and all the stuff that makes fried rice delicious. Okay, and we're back. So here's the thing, 2 things. Hair tie broke, so hair is now down. Get over it, it'll be fine. Next thing is my actual like burner doesn't work with my wok, so I have to cook over here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna film while I speak. Moving on, let's film and let's cook the rest of this rice. Okay, so now we're gonna add about a tablespoon of sesame oil. Yum. Now I'm gonna add the eggs. So I do 4 eggs for a whole head of cauliflower. I like it. That's how I want to make it. So I do 4 eggs. So 1, 2, 3. Obviously you saw I made a well in the middle of the rice. 4. And I'm gonna mix it up. Try to scramble them in the middle so that you can then mix it all in once it's scrambled. I'm going to throw a shot of soy sauce into this, so just very minimal amount. All right, so we're gonna get this all ready, and then we'll come back as soon as that is done. Okay, so now that it's incorporated a little bit more and it's getting a little stiffer, I'm gonna go ahead and start mixing all of the rice with the egg and get it all incorporated. Next step is to lower the heat here. I'm gonna incorporate back the chicken. But first, I gotta make some garlic butter. The secret to a famous chain hibachi restaurant that makes the best fried rice is that they make garlic butter. So the way they make it is they actually put garlic, butter, and soy sauce in a food processor and mix it together. So what we're gonna do today is we're just gonna do it all right here in this pan. 3 tablespoons of butter. Let it melt here. All right, we're gonna add 2 teaspoons of garlic to the 3 tablespoons of butter. Again, you can do this in the food processor. Mix it all together. And then you're gonna add 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. Okay, we're gonna let that cook a little bit right here in the middle well that we built again. So just to note, I'm gonna get 5 meals out of this. So 3 tablespoons for 5 meals is not bad. Especially on keto, butter is good. All right, butter's melted. Let's mix it all together. It's starting to smell super good. Gonna make another little well. Turn up the heat a little bit, add a little more sesame oil, and this time we're gonna toast up some sesame seeds. This is your preference. I love sesame seeds, so I'm probably gonna put about 1.5 tablespoons of sesame seeds, maybe even more. But I love sesame seeds, so I'm gonna let these cook up a little bit in the middle. Basically, you can do everything in the middle of the wok, which is nice. Okay, now that they're getting a little bit of color, mix it all together. Get those sesame seeds incorporated everywhere. And at this point is when I'm gonna throw the chicken in. Bum bum. All that cooked chicken you had from earlier. Mix it all in. Once you have it all mixed in, We're gonna add 1/4 cup of soy sauce. And keep mixing it until get. Now you might need to add more depending on, you know, how dry your cauliflower is, how salty you like yours. I usually end up letting it sit for about 5 minutes, then I taste it. All right, so you're gonna let this sit on medium heat just to get some of those flavors to meld together. And then we're gonna try for seasoning and see if we need anything else added. Okay, so after all that, we are all set with our fried rice. I did go ahead and add an extra tablespoon of soy sauce on top of what I had said, and some salt and pepper. It's all really to your taste. If you like it more salty, less salty, it all depends on how you like it. You can add more butter to it if you want, more garlic butter, up to you. But now it's time to eat it. And I'm actually super excited because it's actually really good. You get the yummy, yummy flavor of all the veggies. You get the delicious chicken. You get a little bit of that sesame oil in there, and it is so good. Let me know if you try it in the comments below. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment, and hasta la próxima. Bye. Hasta la próxima. I forget what it's called, but it's a stove that goes over here.